Notice he said his father was killed rather than that he passed on. My condolences. Empathy, insightful tragedy is sometimes the crucible that makes a dwarf or cyclops. That makes a dwarf or cyclops. I hope you feel the same, Mr. Bragg. We can go for that. We need a 0. That's a 13. That's more than enough. I will take it. I know my father would wish it so. Understand that I hadn't planned on discussing my past, but I need no man's pity. And I need no man's pity, but very well. He and my mother were murdered by a shadow-skulking coward. Someone rigged their carriage with an explosive. I lost my leg in the same incident. My legs, in this case. Anyone would feel a deep emptiness after that. Could his grandstanding and achievements be his way of filling the void? My father was assassinated, you understand? The paper said it was industrial espionage, a jealous competitor. I saw he was killed because he was a cyclops who had risen above his station, above what society deemed acceptable. He wasn't simply a genius, inventor and industrialist, but a philanthropist as well, and from what I've heard, a man who wished to better the lives of others, not only his own kind. He wished equality for all the species, as do I, and he staked his life on his dearly held beliefs, as have I. But London was not yet ready for a Cyclops to succeed at my father's level, especially one who strove to uplift the entire species. Losing Richard Bragg was a blow to society itself. But I overcame the devastating losses of that day to build on the business he left me. Now Arsenal is a juggernaut of industry. I won't say I accomplished all this alone. Anyone who calls himself an island I call a liar. By building himself an empire, he put some distance between his past and current selves. Yet is it better to outrun one's inner wounds rather than treat them? Nowadays, my position is hard for the muckety-mucks to ignore, but if London isn't ready for this Cyclops, then she had better watch her back. But enough. Let's not dwell on such a morbid subject. Let's discover more about the new module for Otto. Dante has piqued my interest about the module you've designed, but I haven't heard much in the way of specifics. Brilliant! Please rein me in if I start to ramble, Mr. Redgrave. I can be quite verbose when it comes to such fascinating topics. The new module you speak of is the Determination Core. I had originally conceived of a very complicated series of punch cards, but it would have been too bulky. An entire room, by my estimate. Too many punch cards. Exactly, Otto, and it would have required a separate machine to swap them out. Consolidated workflow, one machine instead of two. The determination engine is installed alongside the regular punch card reader. It facilitates sophisticated branching logic through the use of tiny juxtaposed cylinders covered in minuscule protrusions, not unlike a series of interlocking music boxes. That's a lot of delicate pieces, all stored within a small device. I would need to fetch my diagrams to explain it properly, but suffice to say that once it's installed, both Otto's linguistic and decision-making abilities will be significantly increased, exponentially so in fact. My speech patterns are very advantageous. I'd go so far as to say Otto will be the smartest automaton in London. And if you say in London, you may as well say in the world. Well, if ambition were ducats, this Cyclops would already own the planet. Or ducats, I think it would be pronounced, right? In the world, yes, that is positive. Is the new module safe? The level of self-awareness is amazing for a one-man, one-dwarf project. But yes, my brass friend, it is perfectly safe. Let's get to the business of acquiring the upgrade. With all due respect, Mr. Bragg, the sooner money changes hands, the sooner I can get to tinkering and Otto can start employing his new faculties. I like new faculties. Indeed, I won't bother you with the actual cost involved with the determination engine's creation. I've no wish to make you dizzy, haha. Dante and I consider you a partner in this venture. Because you know the ins and outs of your creation, you'll be well suited to test the working protocols of Arsenal's new device. While you and Otto enjoy enhanced functionality, we profit from your expert observations and advice. Therefore, we only ask a deposit of £10 sterling. We shall reconvene, let's say in 6 weeks, compare notes, and if you're amenable, discuss payment in full. I don't have £10 at the moment. Judging by the look of your face, it would seem quite uncommon for a chap like you to be down to the felt. Ha! Not to worry, Redgrave. We can settle up later. I'm sure you're good for it. Take good care of it, my friend. Yours will be the first field test. Determination core added to inventory. Otto's upgrade is updated. If this test requires a field, then we shall have to go far outside of London, Mr. Teddy. I've done my best to convey the importance of this project, Mr. Redgrave, but truly, you are part of something even bigger than what we've discussed. How's that? Or I understand you perfectly. Good day, Mr. Bragg. Dante, let's go with insightful. How's that? Oh, sometimes I feel as though my jaw is running on a separate engine to my brain. But I've enjoyed our conversation so much I simply must tell you, in confidence, mind. In the next couple of days, we will be testing the medical applications of a similar device on blooded species. Then his machinations are not only for automatons, perilously interesting. But I am under contract, and more than that I cannot say. Now I bid you a good day, Mr. Redgrave. I look forward to hearing your opinion in 6 weeks' time. We'll talk soon, Teddy. Good day, Mr. Redgrave. Otto, good day. Okay. And now we're gonna go back and install it, I suppose, right? Is that what our next task is? Otto's upgrade. I should head home and get Otto mounted on the hooks in the center of my workshop. That way I can open his back casing and install the new part. Okay, so one man's treasure is be on the lookout for mechanical components. Sure. Need for speedy money. That's gonna come later. Molly's mech. I've agreed to an upgrade on my leg augmentation. Turns out Gordon Gray is a surgeon for the hounds, and I'll find him at the apothecary, but we talked about that already. So I suppose we're gonna go to the wharf. From there, we head home. Let's head back. Let's get going. After you, Otto. And yeah, let's go to our house. Install the upgrade, see what it's all about. I suppose maybe that will set off the next chapter since there isn't much else to do at the moment. That was in Red Lantern Lane. Let's travel there. Let's see. There's the workshop. And let's hang him up on the chains here, right? Otto's hooks. I'll need to raise Otto up on the hooks to install the determination core. Might take me a while. I should probably tend to any other tasks before getting started. I see. Okay, so this is telling me once we do that, that's it for now. Let's see if there's anything else. I don't think we can do anything else. Stovetop. I don't think we can do anything now. No time for a culinary clinic. The mirror. You know, I don't mind the crack. Makes you look thinner. Yeah, that makes sense. Pile of gears. Is there anything here? Right, let's see if our metallic friend needs some sprucing up. All set for now. Okay. Workbench. Up there, anything? I think that's all. Like, I don't think we can do anything else. I just kind of want to check. Right, what can I install into our resident automaton? I also got to make sure I have a couple of gears on me for fitting each component onto Otto. Let's step away from the workbench. A bookshelf, anything in there? I don't think so. My trusty collection of engineering tomes and a romance novel or two. Step away and let's go back to the hooks. I think it's time to install it. I'll need to raise Otto up on the hooks. Yes. Alright, Otto, time for your installation. Let's get you hooked up. Understood. Steady on, old friend. I need to have you suspended for this part. Brutal. Don't worry about chipping your finish when I hang you up. Getting bashed around is good for your constitution. Or meticulous. Easy does it. Can't have you shatter into God knows how many pieces, or else there won't be an automaton to upgrade. Let's go with meticulous here. I treasure your concern for me. There we go. Now let's check behind the panel and see what's what. Meticulous, sockets need cleaning. Better take care of that first. Ah, that had been a long time coming. That's +5 hope. Very nice. I have a strong sensation of cleanliness. Thanks, Mr. Teddy. Now I'll just sweep these cables aside and get to the nitty-gritty. Confide in Otto about your upcoming surgery. The way Dante raved about the determination core has me well excited. Let's go with the first one first. This reminds me of my own surgery coming up, except mine is to improve the physical, while your gadget is strictly for cognition. I don't mind admitting I'm a wee bit worried about it. I hope this new module doesn't provoke any negative emotions in you. They're a damp nuisance. I welcome any expansion of my abilities. Now I just need to see the determination core. Brace yourself. But I don't have pain receptors, Teddy. Oh, right, of course. Okay. Ah, I should have looked at it in the inventory. My bad. Yeah, it's not here anymore. Should have looked at it. There we go. Quote coming up. There are only two tragedies in life. One is not getting what one wants, and the other is getting it. Oscar Wilde again. Okay, Clara Reid. After an unnerving run-in with a centaur, thankfully not a bobby, Beatrix has her medicine and one disaster has been averted. Your performance at the Palladium is coming up now, possibly the last you'll give in London if all goes well. But when has it ever? Okay. Let's see then. Seems we've a busy house today. All the more reason to give it my all while performing on stage. Best not to keep my audience waiting. Okay. Is that the stage up here? Is that not it? Do we have to go somewhere else? Backstage. I don't think the people will have all that much to say. Tessica and Calvin. Let's talk to them real quick. Evening, Ginger Cake. Tessica. Of course I made it, darling. You look like you haven't any faith left in me. I must admit I wasn't expecting to see you tonight. Well, I'm afraid we'll be leaving after the performance. I hate to cut and run, but I have a showing with a well-heeled patron this evening. It's quite right. My darling Tessica is in great demand, as she should be. Seems the day's drinking has at last caught up to him. Thanks, Calvin. Sweet of you to say. And it was kind of you to spend the day about the bar in my stead, lest our dear Clara catch the morbs before her big day. Well said, Tessica. They have the finest and cheapest absinthe in the East End, and they let me keep a tab. Yes, Calvin, and they charge extra if you don't pay on time. Well, I really appreciate the both of you making it. Of course, my dove, and I'm sure you'll do just fine even without our well wishes. It's hardly my first performance, Tessica. As well I know. I was at your very first performance in London after all. Of course I remember. That was how we met, and your support through the years has always meant the world to me. Wouldn't have it any other way, Ginger Cake. Now get up and give us a show to remember, Miss Reid. Best of luck, Clara. Not that you'll need it. Okay, let's just go backstage. Let's go backstage and see. This goes to the green room and my last show in London. I must say the nostalgia's like a knife. Now then, I know the steps and how to hit the notes. Shall we begin? I'm ready as I'll ever be. Let's give them a night to remember. Well, let's see how this goes. I'll need a sip of water first, though. We've a modestly full house, and something about the finality of this performance makes me feel, well, it's hard to put a finger on it. Content or better, eager, or optimistic, or worse, nervous. Let's go with eager. Plus 10 hope. 90, that's good. Plus 1 blood. Grace is increased to level 20, very nice. I'm eager to put this all behind me. Let's leave on a high note. The band begins to play a hopeful ballad from my years in America. Okay. I can... Atticus, keep it down, Atticus. Oh, tremendous, just excellent, lads, I'm on a roll tonight. This rumbum is stealing the crowd, I must keep my composure. Atticus.
Dim night with red bare mantle spread, envelop stream and fair, and homes with pale and yellow light, hide friend and peer beyond my ken. My heart too has begun to stray towards yon distant hill, and I will tune my whippoorwill. Yes, I will sing my whippoorwill.
I think I will come to miss this when all is said and done. Okay, let's turn the audio back to the regular level, I suppose. There we go. Alright, I didn't expect voices in here, but nice to see. Masked Stranger, okay. Quite the performance, Clara. A masked man whom I have never seen. Perhaps he hopes to hide his identity while frequenting the Velvet Rose. Let's thank him politely. I do hope the audience enjoyed it. First time at the Palladium. Perhaps I could have one of our girls give you a tour of the Rose upstairs. Thanks, but I'm quite fine down here. In point of fact, I attended tonight to see you. Your reputation precedes you. You've seen the posters advertising my performance? Something like that. Secretive, this man has ulterior motives. Yeah, let's do that. If he's not here for a transaction at the Rose, then perhaps something unscrupulous. Certainly he did not just come to see me sing. Let's attempt to take our leave. I'm glad you like the show, but I'm quite busy this evening and I should be getting on. Is that right? I noticed someone else this evening who seems to be quite busy as well. He gestures towards the raucous gaming tables where the burly Minotaur who interrupted my performance, still sits, still entirely sozzled, still adding to an already obscene pile of winnings. Shame about that interruption, some people just don't know when to quit. That fellow does seem busy earning dosh. Perhaps he would enjoy some time at the Rose, but put his earnings to a better use than a game where he could lose it all on a bad run. I was thinking much the same. I'm not sure I catch your meaning. I was thinking much the same. Were you now? That's quite perceptive, Miss Clara Reid. Something in his stare tells me he's been watching me closely for a while. Is he one of Lancaster's goons, just waiting for the right moment to strike? In any case, he's right, that gambler's a good mark, and I should think he owes me for interrupting my show. I should see if I can't convince him to part with a portion of his capital. Or the entirety, if need be. Well, I'll leave you to it. My best regards, Miss Reid. And he takes his leave, just as mysteriously as he appeared. Okay, Atticus. Where exactly was he? Right, the pit for the gamblers is here. I would also like to have the fan that I picked up as Atticus. So the proverb is true. The Lord loves infants and fools. This Minotaur is certainly feeling his oats, and from the looks of that pile of chips, he's got good reason to celebrate. I'd be a bit more forgiving if he hadn't interrupted my performance. Perhaps his winnings are enough to pay Green Street? I'll need to get a closer look, but it appears I found my mark. It should be simple enough to get him alone somewhere and swipe the tin. With any luck, I'll be able to leave London tonight, exactly as planned. Drunken Minotaur. There's Lefty Braun. Who was Lefty Braun again? Right, was that the person who sounds Scottish? I think. Drunken Minotaur. Atticus. Mr. Daly. Goodness, I think I recognize him. He's the typical London lush, but the Rose only rarely has Minotaurs for clients, much less repeat ones. Though I can't remember what the devil his name is. Atlas, perhaps? No, Atticus. That's it, Atticus Daly. Admire his good fortune, intellect, ascertain the chip count, 38%. Intellect, appeal to his gambling skills, intuition, estimate his level of intoxication, ask him to buy you a drink to make up for his interruption. Let's try the intuition thing. Oh, that's bad. I'm so unlucky with the rolls here. If I don't have good odds, then forget it. But still, now I'm just gonna try to disprove my own assessment right now. Make no mistake, this man is stewed, which will make pinching from him all the easier. Okay, intellect, let's try. Do we get a 10 or higher? We don't, of course we don't. We never do. -5 hope. His single blue chip catches my eye first, which alone is equivalent to £20. Additionally, 7 black chips, 16 whites, and a generous helping of greens. Merciful saints. And there's your stack of tenors. He's pulling in a lot of chips, but I can't be sure of the precise total. Let's admire his good fortune. Or let's go with tact. Ask him to buy you a drink to make up for the interruption. Perhaps he'd buy me a drink for that little interruption during my show. Call it even after that, eh, handsome? Huh? His dumbfounded expression is one for the books. I have to bite my tongue to keep myself from laughing. Of course. Anything the lady wants. Just tell Clementine the drink is for Clara. She'll know. She knows what I like. Of course. Off you pop. I promise I won't keep you waiting long. Right, cash me out then. Look at me, quitting while I'm ahead. First time for everything. Who knew? Don't step on the chair. Who knew a lummox like him could get so lucky? Indeed, it does seem peculiar. Task updated, the last of London. We cannot take it from here right now. Okay. Lefty Braun, do you have anything to say? What a chin bibber, eh? But I suppose everyone deserves a bit of luck sometimes. Okay, let's go up here.